What's up, guys? This is 22nd Century Gaming here with another video. So I'm doing this video on Fallout 4. Thing is, I want to basically put out Chupitora. I guess you might say it's a settlements guide, sort of just to get you understanding the different ways you can do stuff in these settlements, within these settlements, and things you can come to expect from them or what you can gain. I guess I don't go into too many different, for me there's only one gain. I don't know about other people may have different uses for them, and if you do, drop a comment, go ahead and tell me, because thing is, I'm unaware. I only use them, well, you'll see in the video. But again, guys, this is 22nd CG, also known as 22nd Century Gaming. If you haven't hit this, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, go ahead and do so. Turn bell notifications on. It helps me to put out more content, keeps me motivated, and you know, it lets you know, guys, at the time that I do. Well, with that being said, this is 22nd CG. Let's jump right in. So, Fallout 4 settlements. So as you can see, I'm at a sanctuary, and thing is, basically, it's sometimes if you're ever at a settlement, it's not letting you do anything, but you have it unlocked. Just access the workshop. Sometimes that's what you have to do in order to sort of kick things off at that location. But thing is, once you access the workshop, you'll notice that there's a bunch of bars on top. They represent the different aspects to the settlement as far as stats go, or statistics. With that being said, I pull up the map right here. I kind of look around the different settlements I have. I just started. I don't have that many. I got 10 Pines Bluff, which is to the right of Sanctuary. I got Starlight Drive-In, which is to the right of Red Rocket Truck Stop. Grey Garden, that's one run by robots. I just collected the fruit and the food there. I didn't even do anything to the settlement itself, but then I got another one at the bottom. I think it's Overland Station. But with that being said, yeah, Overland Station is right there. With that being said, thing is, basically when it comes to these settlements, what it is it's a specified location where you can build stuff with these workshops, with that workbench. And thing is, you can sort of get people to come or settle there, and once they do, you can tell them what to do and do different things. Like, for example, if you had a settlement in Sanctuary and you wanted to establish a supply line to have access to all your junk or all the stuff in your workbench there over at the new place, where you're at, then you just go to the first one. You go to Sanctuary, for example, and you target a settler. So you access the workshop. Then once you're in this menu that I'm in currently, you walk up to somebody who's settling there, and you just hit R1, and it'll establish a supply line. And you pick the location you want it to be connected to, and then boom, you're done, and you have access to all your stuff that you have at Sanctuary over there. That being said, as you can see, the only thing I use settlements for is food, and I'm not that far in the game, but I've never gotten that far in the game, so I'm not too sure about the different ways you can use the settlements that you build. But the thing is that I always use them for basically just getting money out of the food that grows there. And I plant these things, and once you plant them, you can harvest them and then go plant them at another settlement, so it works pretty good. If you get enough settlements going, guys, you can go to like Diamond City, for example, and you can just freaking buy all the weapons, buy all the ammunition. It makes the game a lot more fun instead of having to scavenge all the time. At least that's me. I go back and forth, but that's what I do anyway. That being said, yeah, so once you plant the food, you basically assign people to harvest the food or to grow it, you know, and take care of it or whatnot. Thing is, you do that the same way you do the supply lines. You just open up the workshop menu. If you're in the settlement location on PS4, you can hold the big touchpad, the big pad, and thing is, it'll open up the workshop menu, and then you can target whoever you want to target to assign the food to. And basically, you just hit assign on the person, and then you go up to whatever you want to assign them to and hit X. It'll tell you on the screen, so that's a little monotonous, but thing is, it all helps. That being said, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff you can build at the settlements. Like, you can build houses for the settlers. You can build beds. You got to build beds, because if you want to attract more settlers, then you're going to need places for them to stay and or rest. Yeah, I mean, I usually, to be honest, to be quite frank, I usually build one house for a settlement. I build the shack, and then I add beds. And thing is, I build a generator. It's under power, and once I build the generator, I add a power conduit to the house. It's under connectors and switches. and then I just connect the wire from the generator to the house, and they got lights, and you can add a light, so the happiness goes up. You know, as you can see, my happiness is above 50. It's actually above 60, so that's good. Thing is, you want to keep the happiness up at the settlements, because if you don't, I'm not sure what happens if you don't, but I'm sure people will leave, or they'll stop doing what they have to do. Probably the first one, more likely. But the other thing I want to mention is that you do need defense. My defense at Sanctuary is 12, and that's an example of the shack I build. But the defense, basically, all you gotta do is build guard towers or guard posts. You can build like a machine turret. I never do. It just takes too many resources, and thing is, it's easier for me just to build the guard posts. And you assign people to each guard post, and if you build, let's say you build one guard post and assign a person to it, it'll give you 3 defense. But I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but afterwards you can put 2 more guard posts and it'll up your defense by 3 for each one. But basically the rule is as follows: 3 guard posts per 1 person. Once you build those 3, afterwards if you build another, it won't put any more points to your defense. You have to assign another person to it. But man, that being said, that I'm trying to think of other stuff to talk about. Those are the switches, guys. That's the power conduit right there that you build to connect to the house. That one. Then once you build the generator, it's going to tell you if you press triangle, you can hook a wire up, and yeah, that's how you do it. Thing is, that tower right there hooked up to that generator to the left that was just there a second ago. That's under miscellaneous, under power and miscellaneous. Thing is, it's like a radio beacon right here. This is the one. It's a radio beacon, and basically it attracts new settlers to our location that it was placed. So that makes everything pretty easy. I mean, build the beds, guys. Build a couple more than what you need, so you can always get more settlers. And thing is, I got 9, but I only have 8 people. But that's the way you want to do it. Thing is, the water. You build water. It's under resources. You can just build a pump. You don't have to build a water purifier. I did that one time and used a lot of resources. I was kind of bummed, but then I found out that you only have to use the pump. So thing is, that's what I do. I put 2 or 3 of them in a settlement and just be done with it. It's under resources once again. This last thing I want to tell you is that this bell, it comes in real handy when you're trying to assign people to different tasks. Thing is, it's under resources and miscellaneous. Then once you build it, you just place it somewhere, and when you ring it, well, I'll show you guys. When you ring it, basically all the settlers, or all the people in that all the settlers, that would have to be, all the settlers in that location, they just flock to the bell wherever it rings at. And then you can assign or get a head count or whatever the case may be, see if there's somebody there that isn't assigned to something. One more note: the robot in Sanctuary, Cosworth, he can be assigned to something. He's an actual settler. At least they make it out to be that way. So that being said, right now I'm traveling to 10 Pines Bluff, and thing is, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to think of more things to tell you guys, but it's really not that much. Oh yeah, if you want to destroy stuff or get resources, one way to do it is just to enter the workshop menu. That's the big pad, or walk up to the bench. Then you can just hit square when you find trash, or like a broken down house, for instance, in Sanctuary, or trees or whatever, and the thing is, you just scrap it and it goes to your workbench. Like that tree on the ground right there, you would just have to open up the workshop menu and hit square on it, and then it'll scrap it and you'll get the resources. But the main thing I use the settlements for is food. That is a ticket for me, because I can just get a bunch of cash out of it. And you can just go to Diamond City, and there's the wire, guys, I got attached to the house, and the power conduit, and the radio recruitment beacon, or recruitment radio beacon, however you want to say it. Yeah. That being said, there's not too much to discuss for me, guys. I'm not sure if I'm missing them. I feel like I'm missing stuff, but honestly, I think if you get the settlement and get the food going, I mean, if you're getting caps out of it, I mean, you're not really gonna. There might be a way to get them to fight for you or something, but I never do that in games. I always just go solo, so it doesn't matter for me. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump off screen. The video will play for another minute, and that's about it. Well, again, guys, this is 22nd Century Gaming, also known as 22nd CG. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, go ahead and do so. Turn bell notifications on if you want, if you can. Thing is that it keeps me motivated, putting out new content, and will let you know at the time that I do. With that being said, drop a like and comment, guys, if I'm missing stuff. I really appreciate that for in-game and for the channel. Alright, well, thanks, guys. This is 22nd CG, also known as 22nd Century Gaming, signing off.
Hey, I just want...